folks. We have a new project we've been working on this weekend. We needed a study area for one of the kids, so we got a loft bed. And then we went to about building a desk for this kiddo, and his desk will go right under his bed. So this is where we're at. We have a bunch of old scrap wood laying around in the garage. So we cut it up into pieces, and we are building the desk. He's going to have a bookshelf, and he's going to have a big flat area, and this kid is a big fan of Shazam, so we are about to start working on Shazam's chest piece, and I will give you some more as soon as we get it built, and then we will be putting it into place. Okay, and we have the fairy lights. We're going to carve a little indentation along the edges of the lightning bolt. We're going to put the fairy lights in. Okay, well, we got a router, and first time ever using a router, and it's pretty janky trying to use a router on this crappy pressed wood and glue. It's all wonky, but first time use of a router, trying to make straight lines on this pressed wood crap. The kid will still love it, so more to come once we get the lights in. Well, it is by no means perfect, but so far, desk for the kiddo to work at with a bookshelf that'll fit under his bed, $28, because we used all kinds of scrap and junk that we had here at the house. Bookshelf. Now here is the cool part that he is going to love. His Shazam thing lights up, and I'm sure you can't see it, but there is iridescent paint in that yellow. So next step is resin for the top. Okay folks, I got a seal coat on this. This is pretty rough lumber. Pretty rough. Had my gloves on, and of course tore holes in my glove, so gooey stuff all over me, or my hand anyway. Some of it seems to have just sucked it right up, and other parts are just sitting there. So I have gone around to all the edges and made sure that they were all covered, and trying to make certain that there would be no possible splinters involved here when kiddo starts to use it. Yep, here we go, and ta-da, the lights do still work. That's always good since it's kind of in there. Alright, it now has it has like 6 coats of epoxy of resin on top, because I stuck my finger in it when it was still gooey and made messes, and then I messed it up even more, and then trying to fix it, and then I messed it up even more. So yeah, now we have 6 coats on it. The lights are definitely covered, and the wires are completely underneath the resin. There's no bumps sticking up, and looks shiny like glass. It's not perfection, but it is gonna, he is gonna love it. Had a little problem over here where the resin kept trying to leak around that one wire, so had to quickly come up with some kind of method to smash around that wire and keep the resin in from leaking out. Handy dandy piece of door foam. So there we have it. Had a few little dribbles down here I thought my frog tape would be sufficient, but it wasn't entirely with this crappy wood that we used. So, yep. And then I did put some resin on the tops of these shelves to help keep from tearing the books up, because once again, the wood is awful. And we went and we smeared resin on this piece here to try and smooth it out a little bit so he wouldn't be getting splinters in his leg under there. But I'll tell you what, $28, a lot of time and effort, but only $28 using the stuff we had around the house. Okay, resin is done, tape is off. My tape didn't work the greatest, but it worked. Super shiny. You can still see some of the ridges underneath from that crappy wood, but on the top it's pretty stinking smooth. There won't be any problem doing schoolwork on this. I did shave down that little meniscus ridge along the edge here, but I left it mostly on that one and definitely on the back and this side, which, you know, I figure that would help keep pencils from rolling right off the edge, because, you know, nothing is ever straight and level no matter how hard you seem to try. I do have one or two little hairs in it, but, you know, I'm having to work in the garage, so it is what it is. But there's a screw right there, but it's smooth as can be on top. You can't even feel it. So it's super smooth. All the wires are completely submerged. And it still works after all that moving it around and everything, and the resin leaking out the tape and everything. Still works. Okay, desk is finished. It's in place underneath the loft bed. Got a pegboard. Oh, let me get under here. I'm too tall. Pegboard here for all kinds of goodies. And lights. Cool. He is going to love it. Throwing some books in there. Got his Shazam comic books. Good to go. Plenty of leg room. I am about 5'6", and I can sit in. Getting under the bed is fun, but I can sit under here. I could work in this desk. So $28, folks. $28. Just trying to be resourceful and use up things we already had around the house. Good deal.